Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bite Size Conversations with Jenny Walk from Elephant in the Room Consulting and me, Kylie Mowbray Allen from Hello Media. We're super excited to talk to you about our topic today, which is how can we get more sales and more bookings at this time? Well, obviously all the time, but particularly at this time of year as we're leading up to a very big festive holiday. And also remembering that people are spending money and we want them to spend it with us. Well, particularly if you're a product-based business, etc. But also Jenny and I were just talking about something with somebody. What was that big title that came up, Jenny? It was something like, how's your cash flow looking for January? Oh, yeah. And I thought, oh, that's a good one too, because it's really important that we don't just think, oh, this is the end of the year, we're done, good on us, and kick back. We actually need to put stuff in place to prepare for next year so we can take a little break, but that we start the year strong.
And I think it's so important because and I had this conversation with someone yesterday saying that, back when I was growing up, and I know it was a long time ago, but, Christmas was where people would shut down. So you'd have, from almost the 20th or even before then from Christmas, almost till mid-January, the world was very quiet. And I think this was pre-internet days. We didn't have online 24/7. The shops didn't want to open all the time. I don't think we even had like weekend shopping. So there was that kind of, there was a lull, there was a space, there was some kind of, Christmas is when we kind of, you do your Christmas shopping and then you just take a break, right? Whereas now with the way that we operate, with being able to access, global sales 24/7, and the way that the rest of the world works around Christmas, they just take the break, those 3 or 4 days, and then we're back into it straight away. There isn't this kind of shutdown that Australia has traditionally had. And I think over the last couple of years that's changed. But I know from my perspective, I sometimes forget that. And I get to the end of the year and go, oh, isn't it break time? And I'm like, no, it's a couple of days off, take a rest, reboot, and then back into it.
Yeah, absolutely. This year, I'm actually taking 2 full weeks. I'm not going anywhere or anything. I'm just stopping, resting my eyes.
The same thing too.
Just not on Zoom.
Sorry, there is a lag today in Zoom, so I apologize, people, if I sound like I'm talking over Kylie. I don't mean to. It's just my computer is like going, no, I'm just going to wait a little bit to see if she's actually talking. So what is your first tip? Because it's a big thing. There's so many different ways that you can talk about it, from a marketing perspective, from a business strategy perspective, from a promotion perspective. What is your first tip on how people can actually boost their sales and engage people at this time of year to get that extra bit of cash flow before the end of the year?
My first tip is tell people what they need. So, you know what? There's nothing better, I find personally, when I'm given suggestions or ideas, because everybody's got people that are, difficult to buy for. And the older that we get, the longer we've been buying those same people gifts for. Yep. So when we're given suggestions, I just love that. I love a gift guides. I've been working with a number of my clients on putting out gift guides in the last month. And, with top 10 ideas. And in fact, one client, we just yesterday launched one that said that she's got a teen and tween brand. And so the gift guide was all about, and the blog post was all about the top 10 gifts for teens and tweens. And of course, only one of those things was hers. The rest of them were, weirdly enough, there's a new thing called a makeup mini fridge. Go figure. That would be the last thing I would want, is a makeup mini fridge. But there you go. It's a very, very sought after item this year.
Seriously?
So, yeah, seriously.
I'm going to have to Google that after this, because that's like, I don't even know what that is.
Well, you can get very, very expensive ones and you can get very, very cheap ones. And so there's, parts of your makeup that apparently need to be stored in the fridge. And I've always known that nail polish is better in the fridge, yes. Maybe they can store it in there. I was talking about it with my daughter and she said, that'd be great. I'd just keep snacks in there. I wouldn't have to leave them.
Is it like a proper fridge? Is it cold? Is it? I mean, I know I used to have ice cream that was supposed to be put in. It was a pain. I'd have to come up from, digressing. But I love the idea of a gift guide. See what happens? This is bite-sized, crazy conversations. I love that idea of a gift guide when it's not just about your gift. It's not just about what you're giving. It's really adding value about saying, my job is to talk about my product, but also to show you that I understand what you need. I love that.
And you can then, obviously, people love that you're linking to them. So with this particular client, there was 9 other businesses that we linked to. Now, we tried very hard not to link to big corporations and all, Australian owned small businesses, etc. And so even if they're not necessarily going to get sales from it, it's just wonderful for SEO purposes and to have some good quality links in there. So that felt really nice. And, that's a nice abundant way of looking at things, is to help promote other people as well. But that, of course, then gives you lots of ideas for socials. And I reckon if you can be putting out a day, every single day for the next couple of weeks, telling people, hey, this is great for Uncle Joe, or, if you've got a man in your life that is tricky to buy for, hey, go for this product, etc. I think that's good. But also, I'm really big on experiences. So all of my family this year are getting gifts that are consumable, so either for the body or for the mouth, or I'm doing experiences where they go and do something, like a voucher for that. So by putting it out there of, travel things or tourism things, or, and if we can't travel, then what about things locally? Buying something along those lines, and you can use it anytime within, a year or whatever it is. So I think that's a good one. So whether you're product-based or service-based or anything. So for example, giving someone a course, like how about saying to them, is there a course you've always really, really wanted to do? Then how about I gift that to you? Or, it might be that you give them some naturopathic consultations because, you know that they've really been wanting to do some of that. So I think anyone can promote their business in terms of give what I offer as a gift.
And the gift vouchers are a really good idea. I mean, my family is very big on that as well. It's either that, we're getting to an age where we don't need stuff anymore. Let's face it, we don't need more and more stuff other than shoes, but we don't need mostly stuff. So we want to make sure that when we're providing a gift, it's something that the other person wants. And so I love that idea about saying, this is what I offer, whether it's a course, whether it's a program, even if it's the first month, and saying, hey, can I purchase a monthly gift voucher, or can we organize a couple of months vouchers at a 50% off, or something that gives them extended time. So I bought this gift for you because I think you might do it, but I've only bought for a month. And if you want to keep doing it, then you can join. Or you can have the 2-for-1 offers. The one thing I love is when you've got partners or really good business colleagues and you say, look, I'm going to buy one for you. And it's a buy one, get one free offer. So a couple of years ago, I did a course with a colleague who their business was promoting a buy one, get one free offer for their coaching. So she actually said to me, look, this is a really great buy one, get one offer at the year now, because they recognize that money can be tight for many people. And so we actually went in and did this course together in the new year because we got their pre-Christmas buy one, get one free offer. So
that's cool.
Because we have to remember also, because at this time of year, it's not just about gifts, is it? It's not just about giving gifts to people. It's actually about setting ourselves up for 2022. So how do we remind people that your product or service will help them live better, feel better, do more, get it, whatever you're selling in the new year?
Yeah, that's such a good idea, Jenny. And I've definitely got there on my list of tips is about gift cards. So whether that is, like you said, a voucher for a course or whatever it is, super, super good idea. And you can even still be selling them then the day before Christmas. So that's a really because, and that's my tip number 3 is around creating a sense of urgency. So making sure that if you've got a product-based business, making sure that you're putting out there, when's your Australia Post cutoff? When's the international cutoff, which is, by the way, already gone? Or when is your, cutoff for the couriers that you use, for example? Letting people know, hey, you need to have done it by now. That's a really, really important one.
Nice to have you with us today, Roger, by the way. Hello, Roger.
Yeah, absolutely. Hello. So, yeah.
I think that's actually, I must say, that's completely, I hadn't even thought about that, actually. I hadn't even thought about things like cutoffs, particularly when you're sending gifts or want to actually engage with people. And again, it's about what we're talking about. And I love these tips because it's actually about giving them information that people need to know that we don't often think about, because we're so focused on the actual thing or the experience that we forget how long it's going to take to get there, or how am I going to actually deliver it. And of course, this reminds me of that whole business conversation that we have. It's, you have great ideas, but you have to think of the how before you actually go and do it, because that might actually be the derailer. And I love that, particularly if you're looking at experiences for international people or gifts for international people. It may not be a physical gift. It might be that gift card or an ebook or something that they can access.
Absolutely. And, also around that sense of urgency thing, doing a giveaway at this time of year is a winner because it brings new people in to enter it that didn't even know you existed before. So, and particularly if you say, hey, tag a friend who you think would love to win this too, or tag a friend who has teens, or tag a friend that has, is in business for themselves, or whatever it is. So, for example, if you gave away a whole month's worth of group coaching, or a whole two or a big one-on-one session with you or something like that, people wouldn't have known about you before necessarily. I don't mean you, Jenny, I just mean people in general. So really important to put it out there. It's not going to cost you very much money, whether it's a product or a service that you're offering. Like if you're a naturopath, say, hey, 2 sessions with me in the new year. So they've never been to you before. That's great. Or maybe 2 sessions, one for you, one for a friend, like what you said.
I love, and that's actually leading to my my thoughts of gifts at this time is like bundling things. So bundling things together that other people may not actually think about bundling together. So for example, if you're a naturopath and you know someone who does amazing, essential oils, you might pull together a bundle of some of your product and somebody else's product together. So you can collaborate on a bundle or a gift pack for somebody. So that if you wanted to, and you do it at a really good price, at a discount or as a bundle offer. So when we're bundling things, we often, particularly in a sales perspective, we think what's in my shop or what's in my store that I can bundle, but you don't have to limit yourself to that. There are opportunities to actually step outside that and partner with somebody, or go and buy some products from at a wholesale price or a lower price that you can add into your bundle so that they're getting more than just you, so that you actually start to again demonstrate value outside just the delivery of your product.
Totally. Like if you and I put together a Christmas giveaway, which is one one-on-one with you, one one-on-one with me, that means it's going out to your audience, to my audience, going out on our mailing list. Like that's big. It's getting out to a big number of people. You bring a third person in that coaches in a whole different area, and then, hey, wow, that's a really super awesome prize to win. So again, it's just about that getting visible, and it's not a huge amount of outlay that we're putting out for it, but, reaching a really good audience there.
Giving away extra things. So I always used to love, and again, back in the day when you used to see a lot more of this when we didn't have the 24/7 kind of media cycle, but people would give you that extra bonus. So I guess it's like, when I buy stuff from where I buy my makeup and my moisturizers, I love a gift with purchase. I love a little extra something. And I know it's being put into the price, and I know that I'm paying for it down the track, but it doesn't matter. I love the fact that it comes in this beautiful little gift box, and it's that gift with purchase idea. So it's that feeling of extra, the feeling of having something more than we actually wanted, even though it was something we were already going to buy. But it does encourage you to buy now, doesn't it? So the same with the sales we just had with the Black Friday sale. We know where it's that kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul. We're going to, over time, the cost ends up being around the same, but we like to have it at that time.
And Jenny, it's such a good way to try something that you've never tried before. So we've got Sue in the room with us today, and that's a prime example of someone. She does amazing handmade, glorious products. She's a beekeeper. She has alpacas, and so she makes a lot of products, on her farm. I have to say, I received a box from her that I'd ordered. I'm not going to say much more in case my family's listening. But so anyway, in there, not only did it smell delicious when you open it with those beautiful beeswax candles and things, but it was just stunning. But in there was an extra little gift for me or two, and that was super exciting because I hadn't thought of buying that particular item for myself. So boom, I'm trying it out. I'm like, oh, now I'm hooked. So it's a really, really good way to get people trying something new and something different, which I think is super, super clever.
So and again, for me, we often forget that at this time of year, that yes, if we're selling something, whether it's a product or a service, whatever we're doing, we're always in promotion mode. That's part of business. Sales and marketing is a critical element of running your business. You can't not do it. And I know a lot of my clients used to say, well, it's Christmas, everybody else is doing sales, or people won't have money. But it's something that happens every year. And it's also about making people aware of things that you do, because they may not buy it now, but they may come back to you in the new year. And as you said earlier about that kind of future conversations of, if I promote it now and share it now when people are open to seeing what's in the market, because this is a time where people are primed to purchase. So
Yeah.
even if they don't purchase you right now, they may purchase you in the first month or first 6 weeks of the new year because they've been primed for it. They've seen it. They're ready to purchase. So that's time I think we often forget that it's a great time to prime people to put out promotions because we're all primed to buy.
You did right. And so are we also primed through January, because that's when people are on holiday. They may be out shopping. They're in a different place away from home. So they're shopping in a different area. They're getting, then as we move closer to the end of January, we're doing back to school stuff. So coming up with anything that kind of helps you through selling in January too is good. Plus, remember that when people are on holiday, they're on social media more than when they're not. So putting stuff out there then. So don't let it wane your efforts because you think it's holidays. Like, make sure you've scheduled things in advance and you're getting stuff out there.
I definitely agree. So what do you think at this time about doing that kind of purchase now but buy later? I know you talked about it, someone said they might get two gifts now, or they might purchase a product now for the naturopath in the new year. But what about people like you and I who are doing coaching programs? What about people who are doing bookkeeping services or something that's actually more of a practical day-to-day operation? How are we going to boost our sales? How would somebody like us boost our sales at this time of year?
I think that's a great question. So, for example, say for me, if I could say you can buy one one-on-one session with me to use in January, and there's another one for you to use in March. So when so you get a free one to use in March, so that way you've got time to action those things. So if you're a bookkeeper or an accountant, that's perfect because people don't even know that they can jump on Zoom with you. That traditionally that whole business is about turn up and see you in person or just email the files, but actually I love the opportunity to get on Zoom and chat with them about it and make sense of your own Xero account or your MyOb or whatever. So how about you say, hey, get a Zoom with me, and then another one in 3 months' time will be free and we can go over what I've worked with you. So that's a wonderful thing, and it gives you a chance to A, reach a new audience, but B, you're just doing as a one-off thing, and it might be a special Christmas offer, and maybe you don't offer it anytime else, but you just do for that one special offer. What do you think about that, Jenny?
I love that idea, and I had a similar idea of doing that kind of first month promotion or idea. So particularly for new clients, there might be that they come in, it's a 3-month program, but that first month program is you might do a limited time 50% off the first month. So you come in for a 3-month program because most of our programs are minimum 3 or 6 months. So it might be the first month is 50% off, and then after that it goes to the normal price. So they get an opportunity to see what it's like to work with you, to see what information, be like, yep, this is amazing, let's continue. Or one of the ones that a colleague of mine does is they actually give you the free month at the end of the program. So what they do is they say purchase now and you pay your monthly fee, and the free month comes at the 6th month. So it's actually a reward for staying. If you've already been with someone, to encourage people to pre-purchase their next training, their next program, they're actually saying if you purchase now, you'll actually get the 6th month for free. So they're actually only paying for 5 months. And when it gets to June, they get to continue. Maybe when that's cash flow, when maybe it's the end of the year when they're doing their financials, they get that kind of last month of coaching for free as a wrap-up idea. So there's so many different ways to do that. But I love that buy now, use one in January, particularly that time limited. And I think the key there is putting a time limit on it. It's not just buy one, get one free at a later date. We need to put parameters around it. And I think that's really important with any sales and promotion that we're doing. You need to have some time frames. Otherwise, someone will buy it now and come back to you in 3 years' time and say, remember, I bought that buy one, get one free, and can I use it now? And by then, it's no longer valid.
I totally agree with you. And that's definitely a really important point, is your T&Cs, making it super clear what the offer is, also what legally it is. I'm pretty sure these days for a physical product, it's 3 years that you can use a voucher in, for example, and maybe not just physical, maybe services as well. I'm not actually 100% sure, but I do know you've got to be super, super onto it. I'll give you an example. I just bought a really, really expensive program. I was kind of trying to look at it for the first month, but I didn't have the time. So I thought I'll put the time into it next month. Then I found it's 100% not for me. It's absolutely the wrong thing I bought. I went back to them and they said, too late. It was 30 days, and so you've got it now. And I'm like, whoa, bummer. Way to make someone feel like really amazingly frustrated. And it's my own fault. It's my own fault because I didn't clearly read the T&Cs, but maybe they needed to put it out there really, really clearly.
And AppSumo does that really well. I know you and I are mad fans of AppSumo. And I actually got a note today saying, but remember that you've got to download and redeem your code for this product. Now, it's actually a month before I have to redeem it. So the redeeming date isn't actually till the 11th of January, but they sent me a reminder today to say, hey, don't forget that you've got some things in your account to redeem, because we were going to do it in the new year. But I thought, what a great reminder. And so even when you're selling a product, when you're selling a package, and particularly if it's a voucher of some form, putting in your system and automating in your system to remind those people to use the voucher if they haven't used it within a couple of months, I think is really critical, because that then shows that you're actually interested in them. And you can automate that with really great systems.
Another lovely little touch point, because they might have forgotten. So that's a really lovely thing. I think, Jenny, also another one is around discounting. So we don't have to discount our products or our services. It's certainly not something that's, vital to do. And some people don't really have the margin and then to be able to do that. But it's definitely a good one leading up to Christmas. Like you said earlier, everybody in the past used to be super focused on a Boxing Day sale. But now we've just had Black Friday sales, Cyber Monday. We pretty much, if you go to a shopping mall, there's sales somewhere, or nearly all the shops all the time. Yeah. So it's not such a big thing. But if you've got a business that you don't ever really offer a discount, then this is a nice time to do that too. And you can say that this is my once a year discount, and it's for that 1 week leading up to Christmas, and it's just for vouchers. It's not for products or something like that, for example.
I love that idea. I really love that idea. And particularly that really does also help for people who are not actually selling a product, who are selling advice or selling something. So I know we've got people, a range of different products and services on the calls today from some of the chats, and hi to everybody. But if your program or your product is to sell something that's not tangible, that it might be that the client themselves has to invest money in. So it might be an investment portfolio, or it might be something that they actually need to already be prepared for. Having some extra things that help them understand the process, or an advice or a congratulations, or something that's something a bit different that still supports the process. So I was thinking about it. We're doing a really cool, one of the clients I work with are doing a recyclable, sustainable Bad Santa this year, or doing Kris Kringle this year. So everything is to be recycled or renewed or reused. So rather than just going to buy that consumer piece. But so when we've purchased something that we reuse, my brain was thinking, I want to actually, the whole product end to end, I want to be able to reuse it. So if you're actually working with somebody or having a product that somebody can reuse, giving them something with the product or with the service that they can bring back into it. So let's say you're an accountant or a bookkeeper, or let's say you're someone who needs people to pull papers together. You might give them a beautiful Hessian bag with your logo on it that says, book my services now and I'll give you something to carry all your papers in. So something that's actually going to support them, that actually gives you added branding. Now you can get those done so inexpensively, but it does connect with you and it connects with the brand, and it gives them something to carry with them, literally. So always think about the way that you're packaging your products as well. That might be the bonus. It just might be the packaging.
Absolutely. There's this company, and I buy from them far more often than I should. She's actually one of my clients, but she sells dog accessories and things. But she does something very unique, is that some of the products that you buy, you can personalize them. So I bought this really cool thing for our puppy's first birthday, which at one end is a little water thing, and at the other end it's treats, like for when you're going on walks and things. But she said, and as you go to checkout, what do you want the name to be on it? And so there's this beautiful vinyl lettering that goes on it. Can you hear that really loud squeaking? I'm so sorry.
It's amazing. We ban squeak toys in our house.
A little perfume bottle with a very annoying squeak. I hadn't even realized she brought it in, but there you go. Sorry, guys. But anyway, I think that's really clever. Doesn't cost them a lot extra, I'm sure, but it makes it so unique. And I know that nobody else has one of those, but I also know if I leave it at the park, people will know that it's ours. So
that's always helpful.
That's a super good thing too. And something that I think is really, really, really important to mention, and I'm worried I might forget it, so I've just got to say it right now. And that is, remember your email marketing. So it's all very well to be putting out your offers on socials and all of that, doing Instagram lives, telling people, hey, you got to buy this product by this date to get it sent to you, blah, blah, blah. But what about putting them in your email marketing and drive people to your website to buy that thing? So remember, so many people are overwhelmed by social media. So make sure you're not forgetting about your email database.
And I think it's a really good, you can tap into that, particularly as we're getting into the last 12 days before Christmas. So there's so many ways that you can, I've seen everyone doing the advent calendar, and every day I get a gift, and I've been looking at some of them because you like to sign up to see what people are offering. And some of them I'm just like, why am I wasting my time reading this? Because it's not giving me any value. But if you actually sign up to say, I'm going to give you a digital advent calendar for the last 21 days, and you actually do a little promotion every day of a new product or a new tip or where to buy your wrapping or how to wrap. And by the way, remember, we have this product or service. But we can flip it and actually say you can actually sell a New Year's advent calendar. I know that's the right term, but you can sell a New Year's gift calendar. So thinking about if you do have a product or you do have a service that you can do in bite size, it might be eyebrows, it might be nails, it might be a massage. You can actually have the gift of actually doing future programs. So it might be the first 10 days of January, you'll get a little gift every day in your inbox that you can redeem. So it might be a voucher on nails or a voucher for whatever it is. And it reminds me back in the day, and I think DJs and Maya still do them, where they have their kind of bag. It's a pretty dodgy vinyl bag, but inside has all the samples of products. So what they've done is just gone, let's just get samples of a whole lot of different random products that we sell, pop it in a bag and sell it for $20. So all it is, it's just a collection of things. And the reality is we probably only want about 7 of the things in the bag, but we buy it because it just seems like there's good value. So looking at digital versions of that, which you can provide through an email service, and it might be, as I said, might be a 15-minute coaching call. It might be a video that you only release to your clients. It could be a voucher for something else. So don't just think about gifts that they have to give for Christmas. What can they use in the new year, and how can we use your email marketing to actually sell that and promote that?
Totally. And that's such a great idea. Like even having a discovery call, not everybody is confident to jump on that because they're worried they're going to be sold to. But how about just saying, hey, here's a gift for the first week of January. Everybody can jump on this and book 15 minutes of a strategy call with me. And then boom, or, don't call it a strategy call, call it whatever you want to. But that's a great thing because people that wouldn't necessarily book the discovery call will jump on that one. And you can obviously be showing your expertise as you help them with their strategy or whatever.
That's right. And I think we also have to think of some of the principles that people do at the Black Friday and the Cyber Monday sales. You can now be saying, as a Christmas gift, I'm giving you, and it might be, instead of saying that it's a free strategy session, because of course, if it is free, people are going, I know I'm going to get sold because there has to be some value here. But you might say, normal coaching session with me is this much money, but today you can have a $10 coaching call with me, because then there's a value exchange. So when you're paying me to spend time with you, I've already bought the sale is done. So then it becomes only about them. So think about how you can sell 15 or 20 minutes of your time as a bite size at 95% off, but that gives you those new clients to test you. And there's a low risk offer for them, $5 or $10, even $20 people might pay, because they're just interested to hear what you might give them and the value that you're going to share.
Yeah, I love it. That's such a good idea. You're a wealth of ideas, Jenny. It's fun.
Don't know today, it's just coming in my head. I just love that idea. I was thinking we always spend all our time and effort at the cyber sales, right? But we don't think of doing those same crazy offers at Christmas at the end of the year, when for businesses, we really want to get as much revenue as we can before 31st of December for our, to close off the year and close off the month. So don't just limit. Think about all those crazy ideas. Go back and look at some of those emails that you received during the Cyber Day and sales and the Black Friday sales, and think, what can I offer that was similar to there for my business now? It's just because it's Christmas does not stop us using those marketing tactics and those marketing processes for now. But we often have this kind of stovepipe view of how we sell.
I love it. And what tip have you got for us all for January, Jenny, to come back from a little break and get ready to pump it?
I think really great question. So the first thing, I think, make sure everybody knows, if you are taking a break over Christmas, make sure you've told everybody using your email marketing when you're off and when you're coming back. And when you do come back, sending an email to people saying, hey, we're back in business. We had an amazing holiday. We had an amazing break. Don't forget, this is what's happening in January. So make sure you're communicating really openly to your customers and to your potential customers about when they can find you, because particularly in the service industry, that's really important. I'm not sure if they're back. Are they still on holiday? And there's nothing worse when you're emailing or trying to make a booking and you can't because the system doesn't work or the system hasn't been set up properly. And I did that one year. I booked years ago an appointment with somebody, I think it was early January. And when I got on the call, they're like, oh, I'm still on holidays. You know, I took the call. I'm just like, yeah, that's not okay. I booked it and it was a paid call to do a session, but they'd actually not realized when they had set their calendar up that they wouldn't actually be at work, but they took it because I paid for it and they had to, but I would have rather them rescheduled because I think it's important. Communicate when you're off, communicate when you're on, and then hit the ground running in January. Make sure you go out with a bang and start reminding people what they can get, what your programs are, how they can connect with you, how they can, and what value you're going to give them.
For me personally, I need to have things scheduled for that first week back. So I don't just slowly appear at 11 o'clock in the morning and do a little bit of work. It's like, boom, I'm into it. And, you know, you and I both have our strategy and goal setting masterclass part 2 in January. So boom, we're into it. It's like we're hoping, and obviously I start the week before. I shouldn't say obviously because no one knew that, but I start the week before that. So then I'll be promoting it, well, not promoting it, but letting everybody remember that, hey, masterclass is coming up next week. Have you done your homework? This is a great week to be getting stuck into that. So I think, you know, having things scheduled, knowing what you're planning for next year is super important, and what you want to do in that first week back.
And also to make sure you hit the ground running, plan your goals now. Plan what January, February, March looks like for your business now. Don't wait to come back in January to do your business planning or to sit down and decide what the business is going to look like. Start doing that now. So we always should be planning and looking at what's happening the following month or the following quarter for our business. So use the next 2 weeks while your email marketing is working for you, while your online strategies and your social strategies working for you. Take some time to decide where you want to target in the new year and what that's going to look like, and plan that now.
Beautiful. I love it, Jenny. As always, such a great chat with you. And thanks everybody for joining us today.
It's already 9 o'clock. Gosh, the time flies on Friday morning.
I've got a coaching call in 2 minutes. Let's go. So Jenny, how can people get in touch with you, Jenny?
So at Elephant in the Room on Facebook and Instagram are the easiest places to find me, or you can go to our website, EITRconsulting.com, and connect with us. We'd love to have a chat. We have new programs starting in the new year. We've got the second half of our masterclass in January, which I'm very excited about. And so lots to learn and to chat about. So connect with us. And Kylie, what about you?
You can find us at hellomedia.team on the website, and then find all the spots through there. But the best place to hang out is in the Hello Media Facebook group. So join that, jump on in, and there's lots of tips. And I've been doing a couple of courses over the last 2 weeks from the States, and I've just been preparing posts to be putting in there. There's so much new stuff coming at us, and particularly around Facebook ads. So keep a little lookout on that, or join the group and find out some new stuff. And also I'm focusing a lot on what's happening in 2022.
I think 2022 is going to be an amazing year for lots of people. And I think now is the time to really look at how we can harness what we know, look at our clients, and really set ourselves up for success for next year, because people are going to be wanting to come out, wanting to learn, wanting to buy new things, because it's a year of change. So let's get our businesses ready to go for that. So I'm so excited. And we're going to chat next week anyway.
Yes, I look forward to it. I'll see you then, Jenny. Thanks everyone for joining us, and we'll see you next week, same time, same place.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye now.
Bye, everyone. See you.